three types of transaction types you need to know are a stock sale, which usually favors a seller, an asset sale, which usually favors a buyer, and a 338H transaction, which is meant to favor a little bit of both parties. Now, with an asset sale, you want to remember a few things. The first one being that as a seller, you're going to be taxed twice, right? Especially for a corporation. You're going to be taxed on the gain of your asset, whatever it sells for, and you're also going to be taxed on the distribution to your owners or to your shareholders, right? Now, on the opposite side of this, as a buyer, it's advantageous because if I'm purchasing assets, I get to pick through them kind of like a kid picks through trail mix for whatever it likes and take the good assets and leave the bad ones. And along with this, when I purchase them at their fair market value, whatever I'm buying them at, now I get to depreciate them from this value. So I'm getting a step up is what it's called when I now have a brand new value for my asset that I can depreciate over time. And what happens to depreciation? It lowers your pre-tax income, which means you're paying less taxes overall, which is a win-win. On the stock sale side, it favors the seller because they're only taxed once, and that's on the gain from the equity that they sell. And it's all done at once. I'm not looking at you pick through my assets and figure out what you want, and then we have to negotiate every single asset purchase agreement or the whole asset purchase agreement. I'm just doing a stock sale. I'm going to give you all the companies, there's not going to be any bits and pieces left, and it's easy for a seller to get with. Now you have a 338H, which is in the middle. Now this can only happen with certain S corps and maybe some C corps. And how this works is the buyer is going to purchase 80% or more of the person or the seller's stock. And they're going to do this in a stock purchase. Now, once they do in the stock purchase, they're going to elect to have the transaction tax or look like an asset purchase, which means that then after they buy all the stock, they then get all their assets on a stepped up basis, which means they can decrease their taxable income. Now, the only problem with this is that usually the person paying the taxes is the seller, which means if they know you're going to go a 338H, they're going to ask you or make you pay a little bit more for the stock sale so that they have money to compensate for the taxes.